Alright, I want to talk real quick about some of our integer rules, specifically adding and subtracting with negatives. Now, there's several ways to think about these kind of problems. Models are a great way to look at it. If you have your own method of doing it that works, by all means use it. But what I want to show you is a few tricks that'll kind of help you out, maybe thinking about it a little differently, that'll make these rules a little easier. So there's two things that we need to know when you're adding or subtracting the way I'm going to show you. Is that when our signs are the same, so when we have same signs, you're going to add the numbers and keep the sign. First rule. Now, second rule, if they're different, you're going to subtract the numbers, biggest minus smallest, just like you would, okay? Subtract the numbers and take the sign of whichever number is further away from 0. Okay, so sign of number farthest from 0. Okay, so let me show you what I mean by that. I have some problems over here. Now to see this, you're going to need to do what I call boxing in my numbers and my signs. So I'm turning this addition problem into where I see two numbers. I see -3 and I see +4. So my signs are different, so I'm following my different rules. I'm going to subtract the numbers. I'm going to say, well, 4 minus 3, biggest minus smallest. 4 minus 3 I know is 1. And now I want to take the sign of whichever number is further from 0 on a number line. So if I was on a number line, 4 is farther away from 0 than -3 is. So I'm going to take this positive sign. And so I get my answer is +1. So let's look at another one. Okay, the one right underneath it. Now I have a -4 plus a -3. My signs are the same, so I'm following this rule here, and that's adding the numbers and keeping the sign. So I'm going to add my numbers. 4 plus 3 is 7, and since they were both negative, this is going to be a -7, and there's my answer. Okay, let's look over here at the next one I have over on the right side. I want to save that bottom one for last because that's something a little bit special. So here I have a -3. I'm going to box this subtraction so it looks like two negative numbers, or a -4 right here. Because really a subtraction problem is just a negative number in disguise. So I have a -3 and a -4. That's the same signs, so I add my numbers together. 4 plus 3 is 7. Both of them are negative, so I keep my negative sign. Okay, the last one I have here, I'm going to look at +3 and -4. I have two numbers, different signs this time, so I subtract them. 4 minus 3 is going to give me 1, but to this one, I have my -4 is further away from 0, so I take that -1. Now, the last one I want to look at is this one on the bottom. This one's special because I have two negative signs right here. I can't have those, so what we do is we keep and then we switch. Two negatives are going to make a positive, so I really end up adding a +4. So now when I separate these out, I have a +4 and a -3. My numbers are different signs, so I subtract. 4 minus 3 is 1, and +4 is further away from 0, so I take that positive sign. Okay, so hopefully it helps. Again, it's not the only way to look at it, but maybe this will kind of help out with some of your integer operations.